Rage Whale.
In today's episode, Kev and Drew catch up and discuss the recent movie news. Then we go into a spoiler review section of The Invite from Olivia Wilde, starring Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton. After, we then discuss the new gory horror film, Evil Dead Burn. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Rage Whale, guys, with me, Kev, and Drew's just taking a big gulp.
The perfect time to gulp.
Just taking a big gulp of water.
H2O Andy, go on.
We really hope you enjoyed last week's episode discussing the Odyssey. What a film. So much to talk about, wasn't there?
Yeah, unpacking that. That was a bad boy.
Yeah. So this week, it feels like a little while since we've done the podcast because, again, reminding everyone we're not doing them regularly. We're just doing them when we see films we enjoy and want to chat about. And this week, we're going to be talking mainly about The Invite and Evil Dead Burn. But before that, we've got a bit of movie news and a couple of shout-outs because last month, me and Drew went to London, specifically Camden area, and went to hang out with a few of you lovely folk and some friends and people that came to join us. There was lots of people that couldn't make it, so we're going to definitely organise another one. Try and make sure more of people that are guests. The unfortunate thing is most of our guests are in America and far away Europe. But we did have guests coming from technically Russia and Zurich in Camden. I mean,
yes.
Pol is Russian, but she lives in Canary Wharf, so shouldn't fly.
That's kind of a cheat, but it makes sense.
Yeah, but Kate flew from Zurich specifically to come and join us and make a little holiday out of it. But yeah, no, thank you very much, guys. Thank you to Kate and Taryn, who are my colleagues, who have also been guests on the show. Special shout out to Taryn's auntie, who listens to the podcast regularly, which was cool to know. Hi there.
Hey there.
Your daughter's cool. Also, Kate, who came from Zurich, we used to know each other back in the day when in our early 20s and haven't seen her for almost 20 years, maybe 17 years or something. So it was an absolute treat to see her in person and to have Katie J come along, who is awesome. We've seen Katie J a few times in recent years. Katie P wanted to join, but she couldn't quite make it. All the Katies, which was great because we did, mentioning Spider-Man earlier, we did the Spider-Man meme because three Kates.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was the coolest thing. Yeah.
And they're all pointing at each other. If you don't know what I'm on about, have a look on our Instagram at our London trip last month. Also, thank you to Heather. Heather couldn't make it with us, but we did just post a video of her recording a hornbill bird on her balcony in Singapore. Yeah. Just cool. Look at this bird, sent it to a friend and realized that it had me and Drew in the background talking about cat's bums.
As you do.
So thank you for that. And Shed wanted to make it and she couldn't quite. She was just a day late, unfortunately, but we'll catch her next time. And obviously Paul, after credits with Paul, thank you very much for joining us. That's Paulina, Saeed, Abby, JD, Tom, Jessica, and Tom's mum, Jill.
Legends.
Brilliant. And obviously a few people that could make it. James, obviously. Tash on Telly wanted to join. Hopefully she'll make it next time. And Jazz from Church on Cinema.
Paul Bullion as well. Paul Bullion wanted to join us.
Paul Bullion as well, yeah.
He was somewhere, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was accepting award for Tom Cruise in America, wasn't he?
I'm a bit busy right now. Fair enough.
It's if you're not going to turn up for our event, that's a pretty good excuse.
That's a damn good excuse.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was awesome. So we got a bit of movie news, but I mean, what have you been up to recently, Drew? What have you seen? Anything, excluding the cinema things we're talking about, maybe TV or anything?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Oh man, what was that?
Good recommendation. It was either you or James that mentioned on the group as well that He-Man Masters of the Universe is now out on Prime Video.
Yeah, man. And Mighty Supreme as well.
And Mighty Supreme already. We both highly recommend. I know Mighty Supreme's gone a bit weird, but
Just a quick message to thank you all for listening to our show, whether it's through Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. If you are enjoying, why not follow? Click to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Also, a reminder to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for fun clips from the show. We love and appreciate your support, and thanks for sharing us with friends. This helps us to grow, improve, and continue creating. Now, back to the conversation. I watched, I think it's called Ghost Town, with a really young Scarlett Johansson.
Ricky Gervais.
And Steve Buscemi.
Is it called Ghost Town?
I think it's called Ghost Town.
Ghost Town's Ricky Gervais.
It's a really proper like indie vibes. It's really cool.
Of course, Drew is bringing out some abstract film no one's heard of.
Let me see.
Can't just say Spider-Man or something.
Oh no, it's Ghost World. It's not Ghostbusters. Not Ghostbusters. No.
Oh yeah, I know that one. That's what's her name that's in that? Thora Birch. Yeah, she's cool.
I recognise the one wearing the Raptor t-shirt. I can't remember.
Well, that's Thora Birch. She's that's it's more of her film. Scarlett Johansson just is like part of it. Thora Birch. That's a good film.
I want to say Addams Family, but no.
Just similar vibes to Addams Family back then.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I in preparation for Spider-Man, which is next in 2 weeks' time, when you're listening to this, probably in a couple of days, BBC has all the Spider-Mans on. So
I saw
I've watched all 3 in the last 2 nights, and I remember them being amazing when they came out with Tom Holland, and they are still great, but they are the first 2 they're really enjoyable. I don't think the bad guys are that amazing. Like the Vulture wasn't anything impressive. And
the tension's not as high, like it's not as dark. A lot of people saying that. It feels a bit Disney, if that makes sense.
Fun. Yeah, but I think that's what I'm going for, wasn't it? It was fun, and it was in the cinema seeing it for the first time, amazing. And the
Iron Man, isn't it? It's like Spider-Man is being babysat, if that makes sense. I think that's what makes those ones really.
Tom Holland looks like a child. Like, I know he looks young, but he looks like an absolute toddler.
Yeah, but wasn't he
with biceps?
Wasn't he like 19 or something?
Probably. He looks so. I know he's so young, but it's a good film. I enjoyed it. The second one, sorry, Brokeback Kathy. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't really add anything. I didn't think it was that impressive.
Oh, I really liked that one. I did really like it.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
The twists are good.
It was. But the third one, I can't even remember what they're all called.
No Way Home, man.
Similar names. Home, got home, going away.
Leaving you a message as I just got home.
Went for lunch.
No, it's homecoming. Far away from home. No way home. Brand new day.
Okay, just use a different word. 3 homes, that makes it confusing, man.
Yeah, three homes.
I saw all the films, the little avatars or the little thumbnails on BBC, and I was like, I don't know which one to click. I had to Google.
I don't know which home.
I had to Google the order. I was like, oh right, okay, to watch them. But yeah, the third one. That again, I was watching it the evening, end of the night, when I was doing a little bit of like admin-y type stuff and things. The third one, I couldn't look away. It was so good. Yeah. I know the annoying thing with the Marvel and Sony and stuff, that is the multiverse is making it a little bit weak because no one dies and there's so many things. But I think that was one of the more important ones that was actually a genuinely good one. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, you say no one dies, man. I mean, Aunt May dies, which, spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Oh, you mean bringing them back?
Generically, the concept.
Yeah.
Waters down the threat level because anyone can click a finger and just reverse it.
Yeah.
Even though that kind of is what happens. But
yeah.
But the Spider-Mans and bringing the old villains, it may be nostalgic, but it didn't feel like that was the only reason. It felt like it still had substance to it.
It was so clever though, mate. It was so clever because people are wondering if Brand New Day is going to have the same impact that No Way Home had. And I think it already is really building like serious momentum. But when we're talking about No Way Home, you're talking about 3 generations of Spider-Man. You've got Toby Spider-Man, you've got Andrew Spider-Man, and then you've got Tom Spider-Man, all coming together with all of their villains. It was like,
and they're actually genuinely trying to help them, and that is the Spider-Man way. They're not trying to kill anyone, even though there's multiple instances where Tom Holland wants to go dark and do murder because of Aunt May. It's the other Spider-Mans that calm him down and remind him he's a good guy. So yeah, it's
and the arcs are beautiful. Like I think we were saying this the other day that, and I really like Andrew as a Spider-Man, but I feel like his second film at least didn't get, it could have been so much better, unfortunately. But I feel like No Way Home was such a great arc for his Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, saving MJ, but also one of the sweet moments. It was all sweet because Andrew Garfield is the sweet one. He just wants to be friends with everyone. He goes, "I never had brothers. He just wants to." Like, he's like, where Toby's like looking at him a bit odd. He's like, you know how Tobey Maguire in real life is. How do I put this? He's not an arsehole because I don't know him, but he comes across as gruff, like serious.
He's serious.
He doesn't fuck about. I think he could take people and fight. I think he's a fighter. I think he's an angry man. He's got that persona. So him in that film, that third Spider-Man, he's so happy. He's smiling so much it almost looks fake because he's like so happy. I'm like, I think that ain't Tobey Maguire.
I think he was just happy for the paycheck and also to be hanging out with them in a big Marvel movie. Like it was.
But it's great when they're like talking about being a bit older than Tom. They're going, "Oh, what's your main issue?" He's like, "Oh yeah, lower back." "Oh yeah, me too. I can crack it." He's like, "Can you?" "Oh, that'd be good."
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Andrew Garfield gets his hands like that and hugs him from behind, and then goes, And it's just like a weird moment, but it's lovely.
But it's so cool though. Like you've just got 3 Spider-Mans hanging out, and they've all got different, like that bit where he says, "That comes out of you, man." Like they're all having their discussions about webbing.
Yeah, and he goes, "Is that the only place it comes out of?" "Don't have to answer, man. It's just private." He's like, "I'd rather not answer that."
yeah. That was a bit weird as well, but it was like, it's just cool seeing Spider-Men talking about various things. But I think it's also a very clever link to Brand New Day as well, without giving away too big a spoilers. But for those people that have seen the trailer, we know that Tom Holland's character gets to do actual webs.
Yeah, because puberty into actual.
Yeah, so the spider fully kind of takes over.
Fully spiders. So I'll just mention a few bits of movie news, shall we? And then we'll get talking about the 2 main films. I won't talk about the movie news for the Odyssey on their box office, which is interesting. You'll have heard that last week.
Fair.
But as we're on Tom Holland, have you heard the new project? Well, I think we knew about it a little while back. It was mentioned, but it's now being announced as of, I think, yesterday or today. So last week, Tom Holland is going to be be playing Fred Astaire in his biopic.
Oh,
the tap dancing musical man from like the 40s and 50s, and
wow.
So it's perfect because he's a dancer and he does tap.
On the horizon, methinks. I mean, dude.
Tom Holland doesn't need to do much, and he's always said he's not going to be an actor all his life. Once he has a kid, he's going to stop. So he's cramming some good stuff in, but he's going to be in demand because
he picks the right projects, man. He's fantastic at what he does.
He doesn't need to overdo it. He just needs to do his Spider-Man. Just a little pop into the Odyssey and just critically acclaimed.
I mean, you say pop. He's in it a lot more than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, well, in a 3-hour film, popping in is still relevant.
Yeah,
I think he's in it for maybe half an hour screen time, which is
in for like 45 minutes, but they just slot it into different places. Like what they did with the Joker, technically for The Dark Knight. I didn't realize 35 minutes of screen time Heath Ledger had, and yet he's so memorable in the way they inserted him in. He just
That's it. Especially bad guys, you don't want to see them all the time because it dilutes the impact of their scariness. But the big one I'm excited about is Tom Cruise. Although we've got Digger coming out, and the new trailer is fantastic. I didn't want to watch it, but it was there for Odyssey, and it is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I think if the Odyssey didn't exist, that would be Oscar bait. That the Oscar's going to happen there, but
Oh
Odyssey's
man,
going to
it's a
sweep
battle,
it.
bro. I think Digger's definitely
No,
going to get
Odyssey's getting everything. He's getting it. There's no way Odyssey's not getting everything. But
Yeah.
Tom
Digger
Cruise
could.
just announced Days of Thunder 2,
What?
which is
Do you reckon
good
Brad
and
Pitt will
bad.
be in it?
Because I thought, yeah, because that was the point. I thought they were going to do an F1 too.
Sonny
It's a
Hayes.
terrible name. But bringing Days of Thunder and F1 with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, I thought that was the idea. So Days of Thunder is officially in the works, but that's
Are they
just
going to
Tom.
bring in Sonny Hayes then? Because that would be clever.
I mean, because Sonny Hayes from F1, Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
he does do lots of different things, doesn't he? He's
Yeah,
not an F1 driver.
That's what I think is clever because he doesn't need to be an F1 driver. He could rock up at that rally place, like like the Derby rallies or whatever he's doing,
And just go, oh, yeah, I'll give it a go and be amazing and beat Tom Cruise, and then they're battling for the next race.
Yeah,
Or
and then
whatever.
there's that kind of competitive kind of who's going to win? That would be genius.
That could be good. And
I would be all up for that.
Clayface has got a new trailer out. I haven't seen it, but it's got something about scissors, like him.
Yeah, trying to cut his eye open. They're doing a lot of kind of like body horror stuff for that. I'm excited though, man. I mean, the animation series that I think I spoke to you about a while back, one of the best 2 split episodes is the Clayface character. It's amazing.
I don't know much about him, but I'm interested. But apparently the film's going through a bit of editing and changes at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Just to get it right. But then again, could it be producers get involved, watering it down to be more, not family friendly, but a 12 rather than a 15, so more people go and see it for box office?
Yeah,
because it's Marvel or DC or whatever.
True.
So either way, it could be bettering it, could be worsening it.
I don't know how I feel about that sometimes because it's like, if you're going to go dark, embrace it and just go down that route and see how many people. There's a lot of 15-year-olds out there, and I'm sure 12-year-olds, and I'm sure 12-year-olds will try and sneak into a 15. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but I do think there's a big difference between a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old and what they can handle and what they should be exposed to.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. With the kind of like psychological.
So when you go dark, how dark, you're not going to Terrifier territory. It's still a superhero thing.
Yeah.
You can't go too body. It's not the substance. It's got to still be approachable to a degree. The other thing that's come out, everyone will be aware of now, is the Doomsday trailer. Ooh. The further one dropped, which I've seen lots of funny clips about people taking the piss out of it because it's just every human you've ever met doing
just
a pose.
meeting up.
There's no story. There's nothing.
Yeah, but this is what's interesting. I was listening to a guy reviewing the trailer, and he says, listen, guys, we've had a lot of the stories to it. Obviously, they're not giving story plot in the trailer. They're just giving, like, bait. They want bait to bring people in, right? Which I get.
Yeah, the bait's there, yeah.
But the bait is seriously there. But that first film will be like Infinity War in the sense that different groups of people are split throughout space and they all come in contact with Doom, and he's just going to try and obliterate them all. So that they're not going to win. Like it's set up obviously for Secret Wars, so it's all done on purpose. The guys know what they're doing, man. It's going to be something special, man, and especially at Christmas, I think
it's going to be interesting. But it is the silly thing, like when you played like superhero things when you were young, it was always like, doesn't matter which superhero you've got, they can always beat the other guy because they've got this extra superhero, like this extra power. It's not clear for people who don't know the mythology, like I don't, like what Doctor Doom can do, because the whole trailer is Thor narrating over all the montage of all the.
No, it's not Thor.
No, the trailer I saw is Thor. It's Chris Hemsworth talking all the way through, going, I beat Thanos. I wasn't worried about that. We could take him.
Oh yeah. No, but the voice at the beginning.
I'm genuinely scared of. I'm concerned.
The voice at the beginning is Doctor Doom.
Oh, but Chris Hemsworth does the build up of why he's so scary, and then he throws the hammer at Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom grabs it, and it's like
he catches it with 2 fingers. Like no.
Yeah, it's like hardly anything. Whereas that would have smacked, broken the jaw of Thanos. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Doctor Doom can. Yeah, he's going to be serious. Rumor has it he can beat Thanos, so that tells you how dangerous Doom is.
Yeah, well, who can beat Doctor Doom then?
Everyone.
Individually.
It has to be no one can do it individually. That's the whole point.
None of the group of Avengers and side people, but is there another bad guy? Who's the next bad guy that they have to fight? Or is this the pinnacle?
I think Doom is the pinnacle, man.
Right.
I think
Okay.
I think Secret Wars ends this whole franchise. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'll just start again. It will.
Yeah,
It will. It's
yeah,
too makes too much money.
yeah. True.
Right. Let's talk about two amazing films. Like
I'm gonna
some good stuff at the
struggle
moment.
to remember things, but hopefully we can remind each other as we talk it through because it has been a
Yeah, we
while.
saw it a few weeks ago, and I don't think it's a big deal doing an episode on it a little bit later because there's been some big things going
Yeah,
on, and
man.
Odyssey's taken over. But this one's grabbed a lot of people. Like so, The Invite, um, this film. If you don't, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's just quite a small indie film, and it's Olivia Wilde
She's
who
amazing.
directs it, stars in it alongside Seth Rogen. They're a couple, and they're struggling. They're not clicking at the moment, and
Yeah,
their neighbors Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton, they can hear through the walls having wild, loud, orgasmic sex, and
inappropriate at
it's
times. Yeah,
yeah, it's winding them up
yeah,
a little bit. Well, actually, it's getting Olivia Wilde a little bit excited, and it's pissing Seth Rogen off
yeah.
because it makes him feel inferior
I think
and
she's inspired. He's jealous or
daunted.
nervous. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's kind of the plot. And like Drew, you were saying it's like a more like a play.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons I loved it, man. And in my review of it, that I said that it is the kind of thing you'd see like on the West End or whatever. Like it feels like it because it takes place in one location pretty much. The camera's just following around two different, you know, people basically, and then when it kind of splits into all four of them. But yeah, it feels like an absolute kind of like laugh out loud play because it's just so intimate, and I think
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
genius.
I didn't expect to be anywhere near as funny, and I like the tagline at the beginning. Now, caveat for people listening: Drew's married, but don't take offense to the comment because I don't think it's meant to be taken literally. The intro to the film says, "One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry." And it's not being literal. You shouldn't get married. It's saying that generically, when you get comfortable with a person for a long time, you forget about the excitement and the passion. Sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, I've been with my partner for like, why is it taking me so long to think?
Dun,
14 years.
oh.
So, how long have you been with your wife?
We've been together 18 years.
Wow. Okay. So we've both in a similar boat.
Yeah,
You've got a certificate. I don't.
I got I got a certificate on my finger wrapped in metal.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think it's just making the comment, which is what the film's about, is that you sometimes get comfortable with each other. You forget
yeah,
to ask questions and be interested in someone because you know them
yeah,
and there's no surprises because you live with them.
yeah.
Whereas when you're not married to someone and you're not with them all the time, every time you see them, it's more exciting sometimes.
I think that's a really fair point and valid point. I think yeah, that's what people say about relationships. You've got to work on them, man. You can't just kind of
Yeah.
leave it to one side and like that's like you were saying when you go to celebrate a birthday or it's an anniversary of some sort or or oh I found this lovely place, should we go there, such and such, and sharing in each other's passions and
Yeah.
hobbies. That reminds me though, which I didn't realize at the very beginning of the invite, when you've got that strange kind of like montage through like a camcorder of the two of them playing a piano in the
Yes.
very beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is he in a band? Like, what's going on? Like, because it looks like it's in some kind of like dingy kind of like bar or club, and then
Yeah.
he's playing, and then she's there laughing and playing, and they're at their happiest. And I think that's what got one of the biggest laughs because you see them having a nice time, and then when it cuts to like like this is normal time, normal day,
Yeah,
real time. They're like, you're gonna go.
and it's him in a it's him in a theater teaching kids to play boring
Yeah,
like clarinets, and he's
yeah,
like clearly a rocker or a blues and jazz guy, and he's
yeah,
teaching kids to play mundane music, and he couldn't give a shit. They go, "What do you think, sir?" When they finish, he goes, yeah, give it another, do it one more time," and he just walks out,
yeah. He just
fumbles with
starts
his
walking
bike,
backwards out into the. Yeah, yeah,
and it's introducing him in that it's only like 2 minutes of the film. It's not in the apartment, and that's them just coming home
true.
to the apartment,
Yeah,
and it is literally him struggling to ride his bike, getting pissed off with life,
yeah.
struggling to get home, and then
He's
bumps
struggling to get
into
up that hill because even the way it's shot, it's like, and it's
yeah,
smaller than him because it's one of those special fold bikes that he then has a go at his wife for,
yeah,
saying
because
these
she
second
suggested it.
bikes. Yeah, yeah,
And then it's her struggling with a rug that she just bought to dress the house to make it look smart because she knows
yeah,
she's about to have guests round. And
yeah,
that's where the annoyance comes when he walks in the door and she goes, "Oh, remember the neighbors are coming round." He's like, "What?" She's like, "I
yeah,
told you." "No, you didn't." "Yes, I
yeah.
did." And then the
It
funny thing is, you
feels,
find out later because men never listen. He ended up
yes,
just admitting. He goes, "Right, well, okay, fine. I must have I can't remember, but okay, I must have." And then later on, he finds out she never told him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
But
feels, that's what's quite clever about the film as well. All the different reveals, like as it unfolds, like as it peels away
yeah,
the layers. There's like little twists in a weird way.
oh,
There's
it's
like the special window, which we'll get into later on. So there's all
yeah,
these little clever moments that set the plant and payoffs for things.
yeah.
Um,
Reminder: this is spoiler episode chat
yeah, guys,
conversation.
seriously, if you haven't seen
In the
this,
notes.
please watch the invite before we
I,
invite you into
and I
watching.
don't think anything talking on this would spoil it. It's just it might give you a little
Yeah,
heads up on
yeah,
some
yeah.
things. The actual presentation of it is much better. But
But
but before we go detail, like Olivia Wilde, I listened to a podcast with Olivia Wilde, and it was Louis Theroux. I
yeah,
would highly recommend listening to
I love
Louis
Louis
Theroux
Theroux.
podcast. When he interviews Olivia Wilde, he brings it to our attention. That's not her name. She's Scottish, even though she's American. Her family's Scottish, and her surname is Cockburn.
Oh,
Cockburn. They
like
pronounce it,
port.
yeah. Well, and
Love that
yeah,
port.
Cockburn's yeah, it's alcohol, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But they
port.
pronounce it Coburn, and that's the only way she got away with less bullying. But she got teased a lot at school. But she was really into poetry. One of her
What?
favorite things, poetry
No way.
and literature. So her hero is Oscar Wilde, and
Nice.
she's Olivia. So she is Olivia
Oh,
Wilde because of him.
that's amazing. What a link, dude.
So that's the only reason she's like she got teased too much, and she loves, and that's why I think
Yeah.
it's Oscar Wilde's quote at the beginning of the film.
Irish Oscar Wilde, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Some of his quotes are phenomenal, man. You know when he said,
it's
"We're all living," you know that one, "We're all living in the gutter, but we're all looking up at
in
stars,"
the
or something. But
stars.
some of us are
Yeah,
looking up at stars.
yeah.
I was like, that's so profound, though. The idea that we're all living in the gutter, like just life is just difficult, but
Yeah,
some of us are thinking, yeah, fuck,
yeah, I love it. It's so interesting. But like with with this film, the one of the writers is Rashida Jones of The Invite. So Rashida
Mhm.
Jones is in Parks and Recs, The Office. She's the daughter of Quincy Jones, the recording artist who recorded Michael Jackson and
Oh,
millions of other people.
yeah.
So Rashida Jones is like a proper great comedy actor
Yeah.
herself, and she is
She's
one
one of
of
the
three
writers
writers.
because I thought it
Yeah,
was so well written because I was like,
yeah. It's not written by Olivia Wilde. She's just a
yeah,
director.
she's just directed. I mean, we say she's just
Oh
directed.
no, it's a huge
So,
feat what she did.
I mean, I saw something where people were nominating this already, going, if this doesn't get nominated, I actually think it could get nominated for like best director from a,
This will
again,
be comedy or musical
yeah,
in Oscar language,
yeah,
so this has got to be winning.
100%.
There's
Like,
music in it, I guess, as well.
yeah, 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 true, yeah, piano, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's also it's so cleverly done because I can't remember how long it was. Was it like an hour and 50 minutes or something?
I don't think it
Wrong
was even that long. It,
90?
it felt super quick, but I don't know. Let's
Well,
have
no,
a
because
look.
I was only going to say, I think it's so clever how it never drags. And yet, like we're saying, it's in one location. The way that it's shot is so clever and so pivotal to taking us on that
Yeah,
journey.
there's
And
no
also the way it's
wasted
shot
moment.
creates the humor. So it almost has like a farcical moment in certain elements.
Yeah. Well, I've just looked, an hour and 47 minutes. I thought it was like an hour and a half tops.
Well, there you go. But mate, that's still knocking on the
That's
door of almost 2 hours. Like,
so
but it just
that's
flies.
yeah. Well, that's it because like it's a story that's been done a few times in other countries, so it's a famous story.
Okay.
I think it was called "The People Next Door" or something like
Okay.
that, or "Them Upstairs." There was a film about it,
That does ring a
but
bell.
they're
Like a
all
foreign, like a foreign film, and we've
foreign
just done our
films. Yeah,
version.
yeah. So they've all been done differently. None of them have copied each other. It's the
Yeah.
premise of being jealous of a neighbor and coming round. It's not
Okay.
always being a sex therapist and stuff like that. It's
Yeah, 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 yeah.
some different aspects to it. But I did think it was great. And she said at the end it says to Diane, and that is to Diane Keaton.
Oh,
So she played her mother in a film they're in together called Love the Coopers, which I've not seen, to be honest. But
yeah.
she said that Olivia Wilde said that Diane Keaton was the biggest inspiration in her life, not just being a mentor when she was younger, but someone to look up to. And she designed her clothes, her outfit in the invite to what Diane Keaton would wear in think like Woody
Wow.
Allen films and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. It
It's
did
got
have a
that
kind
kind
of
of
Woody Allen.
stylish but
Yeah, that's
contemporary, but yeah, I thought it was really cool. But when they made the film, there was a huge bidding war, like for Obsession.
okay.
When Obsession got made and
Yeah, yeah. It
they
was
put it out there.
Focus and Neon were fighting over it.
Yeah, so this was the same. In fact, there was more. So they took it to Sundance Film Festival and didn't have a buyer for it. There was like obviously that's kind of what you go to these festivals for. Like you
Yeah,
go
that's
and try
crazy.
and see if someone wants to buy it. But they premiered it there. It had such a great reception. Netflix wanted it. So did Neon, who we know are huge.
Yeah.
Searchlight are huge.
Wow.
Apple wanted it. Black Bear, which they have
Black Bear's
some of
huge. They are
all these
really
independents.
upcoming.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sony wanted it. Could I name any bigger people? Yes, I can. Focus Features, who got Obsession, wanted it. Warner Brothers wanted it. The big daddies themselves, but A24 won.
Boom.
A24 won, and they bought it for 12 million. To remind you, Obsession was bought for 15 million, so they got it
Yeah.
cheaper than Obsession. I mean, it's nowhere made as much money as
It's
Obsession.
not. It's not as mainstream though, because it's like I think, like we were saying, comedy is. I think comedy is such a fine. It has to be done so well, whereas horror can always kind of clear up. I feel
Yeah, and it's not really billed as a comedy. It's built as kind of
it's
a.
like a
The trailers
drama.
made it
It's
look
like
like
a
a funny.
dramedy. It's like a
Yes,
dramedy.
it was a drama with some funny moments, but when you
Yeah,
watch it, it's full on comedy.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean,
cracking up all the way
straight
through.
straight out of the bat, like straight out of the bat, straight off the bat. One of the
Coming out of
funniest
the band.
things, one of the funniest things was when they have that big argument when he comes through and he's knackered and he lies down on the ground. He's like, "Oh, my back, that fucking bike," sort of thing. And she's like, "Get ready." And then he comes in and he's like eating the cheese. She's like, "Stop eating the fucking cheese," or whatever. And then
Yeah,
they have a big. She's like, tells him everything. He's like, "It's not happening. I don't care." She's like, "Why do you have to ruin everything?" And she's like, "We're starting again." And he's like, "What?" She's like, "I want you to come back through the door." He's like, "Are you actually fucking kidding me?" She's like, "Go out and come back in." And that bit got the biggest laugh because he comes in and like, "Hey babe, how's work?" "Oh, you know." It was like, and then he's like, then he goes back and goes, "No, I don't think they should come." She's like, "This is not the point." And it's like, it's so funny.
yeah.
It just
He's
goes
like so
round.
nice for a little bit and then reverts to the same shit.
Yeah, I think we've all in relationships. I think the reason why I think it's so well written is it's so relatable. We've all had those such silly moments where one of the partners is tired. Somebody's
Yeah,
planned something that they've probably completely forgotten about. All they want to do is hide in bed and eat cheese on toast or something. But they're like, "There's people coming, so you've got to put on a front." And it's like, "Oh fucking hell, why did you pick today?" And then it's that kind of bickering element of just, yeah, just trying to
there's
up one each other.
There's also that opposite of FOMO, fear of missing out. It's I don't know if there's an acronym for it, but not making as adults, especially when you get to your like late 30s and 40s, you're like make a plan, get excited about it. Then the day comes, you're like, oh, anxiety, I don't want to go. I have to make an effort. I have to be in a
Yeah.
good mood. I have to now drink or get involved with whatever the scenario is. Even gigs that I'm looking forward to, like how would I not enjoy a gig? Every now and again, I'm like, oh, I can't be arsed to leave the house. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's an hour away. I can't be bothered,
The
And
brain
that's
finds
Seth.
excuses.
And even though Seth didn't know it was planned, that Seth, when it's presented to him, he could have just gone, oh, cool. All right, we'll have a drink with some new people. That'd be nice. But he's annoyed about the guy. He doesn't like the guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Because you find out things about the lift or something. He's like, you always iron up my breasts in the lift. And he's like, what? No, I wasn't. That sort of thing. And she's like, I knew you were kind of interested, sort of thing. Like,
And Edward Norton thinks they're friends because they chat a lot. And And Seth goes, yeah, you chat a lot. I
I just listen.
Yeah. But that was it. So before we say a little bit more about that, another point I've got on the invite is really interesting. That is not the original cast.
Ooh.
The production got delayed. It got stuck in development, and the people who were cast couldn't do it because they had other projects, so they had to recast. And although everyone was great, I can't see this film being anywhere near as good without Seth Rogen specifically.
Oh, okay.
He's number one on the billing, but
Yeah.
he is. If it wasn't for him, this film would fall apart. It wouldn't be special.
Yeah.
But the original cast. So I'm guessing Olivia Wilde wasn't going to be in it. Because there's only 3 people in the original cast that were cast, 2 women and 1 man. So there was a man missing. So it was Amy Adams.
Okay, yeah.
Who's great.
Yeah.
And she does some funny stuff.
Was she playing Olivia Wilde's character?
I don't know. Ooh. I'm going to guess yes. Because she has that more mature, relaxed, but funny aura.
Yeah.
And I think the other couple would have been is Tessa Thompson.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. From Westworld, the TV series.
Yeah, so I'm guessing she would be more of the Penelope Cruz, the younger, whatever.
Yeah.
Even though Penelope Cruz isn't exactly young in this scenario, they're all similar ages.
Done, though, but
But she does have, Penelope Cruz just oozes that sex appeal, irrelevant of her age,
100%.
And Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I could see.
And the thing is, Paul Rudd, he's so handsome, he could have been the Edward Norton character, but he also could have been the silly Seth Rogen because he's such a comedian. Yeah. So who was he going to be? I don't know. But it's interesting.
But hang on, I feel
that there be another man. So there was obviously they hadn't fully cast it because they're the 3 that was listed.
But I feel like was Seth Rogen like if he can't be in it, then the whole thing can't be greenlit, sort of thing.
Well,
so maybe
he wasn't in it at all.
Oh, he wasn't in it.
It was just 3 people. They hadn't got the 4th yet.
Oh wow.
I think if Seth Rogen and Paul Rudd were in the same film together, it would have just turned into a silly comedy. You couldn't have one or the other.
I think
that's because Edward Norton's so serious and
he brings that dynamic of there's like they say in comedy, you've got the straight man and then you've got the one that lines up the jokes. So he's playing it straight, whereas Seth Rogen is kind of playing it slightly outer. And
Edward Norton had some of the funnier lines and stuff as well because he's so straightforward. He is hilarious.
Yeah, but he kind of Liam Neeson the hell out of it though. Like he naked gunned that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's it. Sometimes saying something silly in a serious way is funnier than trying to be an idiot.
Oh man, 100%.
So again, if everyone listen to Louis, if you listen to podcasts, if you're not listening to Louis Theroux, what are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life?
Louis Theroux interviews her and he asks her about some of these scenes. And she says about the scene where Hawk, Edward Norton, he breaks down and tells the room why he's called Hawk. And if you remember, it's quite an emotional story. And Edward Norton said, I've got an idea why my name's Hawk. And Olivia went, right, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Let's film it. The camera weren't even on Edward Norton. He had to do it again for his part. They filmed Olivia and Seth Rogen for immediate reaction. They had no lines. it was just they're just going to get the gasps or the oh or the whatever it would be because they don't know if it's going to be funny, silly,
Sad.
emotional. They're just going to get an initial reaction. That's all. And when Edward Norton said he used to, what was he called? I can't remember.
Something Hawk. He was something Hawk.
No, he's just called like Keith or something
Oh,
boring.
what you mean his normal name? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a fireman, so he's really cool, but he's just got a basic name. And then his wife dies, and something about a hawk. I can't remember exactly. So he's like, I'm going to call myself Hawk. I can't remember the story. She likes hawks. I don't know. There was a connection to his wife.
Yeah, I think the hawk was like the spirit animal or something of his wife or something.
Yeah, I don't know, something bizarre. But anyway, so there was something about that.
It's much better than that, guys.
And he was a bit of a sad sack, he says, and he goes, I want to reinvent myself. And so I was like, I'm going to call myself Hawk. And I went to therapy, and Penelope Cruz was one of his therapists.
Yes.
And and so basically the end of the story is him like almost in tears, remembering his wife, and that's why he's got a silly name. And Olivia was like, oh, sort of normal reaction. And Seth Rogen has no words, no plot at this point. It's meant to be reaction. And he just tears into him. He goes, are you fucking kidding me? Is that it? That's stupid. And just attacks him. And it's hilarious because Olivia was like, I didn't tell him to say that. I did not know that was the reaction. It's just the genius of Seth.
Yeah.
Improvising the next way to make it more and more uncomfortable.
And how his character probably would react to that, to be fair.
Yeah. I thought it was so good that. But everything that, and even he was saying it's quite well documented now. He's been on a few chat shows saying it. Penelope Cruz chose how she was going to seduce him. So in the story, guys, they agree to have basically a foursome, but before they do that, they're going to go off and swap partners first. They're not ready for the foursome. They're just going to swap partners in a different room each and see how it goes. And Penelope Cruz decided she wanted to put on Sade music in Seth Rogen's little music room and do a little dance. And then she said, no, I'm going to make him dance. And so she makes Seth Rogen dance and take his trousers off and do a little sexy dance. And Seth Rogen's just going, when she's like, she nibbles his ear and nothing much more than that. And he's just going, oh, thank you. And when they cut, Olivia was like, why do you keep saying thank you? It's really weird. He's like, what else am I going to say? I'm opposite Penelope Cruz and she's touching me. I'm just so thankful and grateful. What else am I going to say? I'm like, and everyone's like,
but it works. It is really funny.
Yeah, if Penelope Cruz came on to you, you'd be saying fucking thank you, wouldn't you?
Thank you.
So yeah, it's just so funny because Seth Rogen, he's come such. They're in the middle of filming the Studio 2 as well for Apple.
Yeah,
and can you imagine the stars they've got lined up for that from the success of the first one? They got Madonna in it. So it's. Seth Rogen is just an absolute...
and Platonic as well. I think they're doing Platonic season 2 as well. He's all over Apple, man, isn't he?
They've done 2. Maybe they're doing season 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Platonic 2 was like 2 years ago almost.
Man, I'm so behind on the Platonic thing. I need to check it out.
Brilliant. First season was much better, but
right.
Yeah. But I think all 4 of those characters just did an amazing job. Olivia Wilde, I don't think you should take away from her acting as well. Even though her directing is amazing, her acting of being really excited about Edward Norton and also really uncomfortable and precious and terrifying.
Yeah, but when they try to have sex on the kitchen, like she's like, should I move some things? It's like there's so on the
She starts cleaning up and washing up, and he's like, maybe leave that.
Yeah. I don't know what's what makes it so funny because they're kind of such introverts, and Norton and Cruz's character, they're such extroverts, and that's what's so funny, man. But when they're sat opposite each other in that room and they're like talking about certain things, they're like, it just makes us happy, and we're a bit loud and we're sorry about that. And that bit was really funny. That kind of through gag all the way through, him saying, I'm not annoyed. No, he's like, I am annoyed. I'm going to fucking tell them when they're here. She's like, don't fucking tell them. And that's why she keeps feeding him. Do you remember that bit where she keeps giving him cheese?
Yeah. Because he wants to tell the neighbors.
Yeah, well, the truth is,
it's annoying.
And he's like, what are you doing? She's like, I just want to tell you guys. And she keeps
that bit's great, isn't it? She keeps changing the subject and going, right, what I am annoyed about. And he's like, have a shot. And he's like,
yeah.
And then Edward Norton just comes out and goes, by the way, we want to apologize for the loud noise. And he's like, what? And he says, we've been having group sex with like someone from a different country. And then this woman. And then when they go with a woman and they're like, and getting interested, he's like, yeah. And she brought Dave and another time Steve and Monica came as well with, and he's like, what? And he's like, we're sorry if we annoyed you. And then Seth's like, no, not at all. Tell me more.
Yeah, and then he's like really intrigued. But then when they show the footage, and he's like, I wasn't angry. And like, well, we saw the video, and he's like, what are you talking about? And they've got the camera.
The Ring doorbell in his apartment when Seth Rogen went to knock on it.
He's like, do you have that back? And then he like falls over in the corridor, or something happens, like, and they're like laughing, and they're like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, he's like building up the confidence to knock on the door, and he's like, and he just knocks on it and runs away and trips over someone's packages.
And he falls
packages outside the door.
I think he falls over because of his back. The back is like a kind of recurring thing.
Yeah. And that's the reason that things don't happen is because he hurts his back. Basically.
Yeah, literally. When he's dancing, he goes, and then he just falls back into the, like...
But isn't it such a warm ending? Like, that excitement... And nothing really happens. The excitement brings them closer together because they give up at the end. They admit to going, we need to break up.
Yeah.
And them breaking up and then him starting to play the music again.
Yeah, the piano is beautiful.
Reminds her why she liked him.
Yeah.
And
but isn't there a bit where there's a beautiful moment where Penelope Cruz's character asks, how did you guys get together? And he, I think either he tells that story or she tells that story. No, she tells that story, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, because she goes, I fancied him. I drove. She goes, I took my friends home, and I got a taxi all the way back to the venue to see this guy play.
Yeah, and he never knew that. And I think that's I love that in moments in film when characters are unaware of how somebody got to their like location or how they got together.
Because it was just after because she's a therapist and she was asking very blunt questions going, what's wrong? And he goes, well, I don't think she's interested in me. She's meant to want me and she doesn't desire me. And then that's a private conversation. Then when it's out in the whole room, when everyone's together, she goes, I came all the way back to see him because I was so excited to see him. I really liked him.
That hit me, man. That hit me.
Like, oh, maybe she does want me. Maybe I need to make the effort to connect. And that's the problem. It's miscommunication. It's always miscommunication.
But I also think that's also what makes the film beautiful and powerful, because I think hopefully couples watching it that might be going through similar things go, well, hang on, maybe I could be better in the relationship. Maybe I could do more listening or actively put in more of an effort. And I felt like, ironically, there was like a therapeutic element to the film. Like if you're in a crazy ass relationship, are you the one that needs to be putting a little bit more in? Do you care? Are you
100%. I think it could be an uncomfortable film for a couple to watch together if they're not 100%.
Yeah.
It could make things more
it could bring up
uncomfortable. But I think it definitely taught me some things as well. Like, because I think that you do, and it's not to anyone's fault. You just automatically go, oh, that should just happen because we're together. But no, you actually do have to make an effort.
100%, bro.
And the way I said that sounds like a negative, but it's
not.
No.
But I know what you mean. You take it.
Effort.
I think it's like you take it for granted, right? We take things for granted because we come home, we open the door, we know our partner's going to be there. Hey, how's your day? And sometimes we get so caught up in our own world that maybe we do come home with our complaints rather than going, I'm so happy to see you. Like, you're the best part of my day, rather than going, oh, fucking Dave and blah, 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 and the furniture was broken or whatever it is. It's like we kind of offload our negative things on our partners. But at the same time, I'd say that there's elements of that that's healthy, because you do need to offload sometimes or be there just to listen or whatever it is, It's
definitely. But what would you give it as a rating?
I think, did I give it 4? I gave it.
Oh, you gave it, didn't you? I forgot about that.
I gave it 5. I either gave it 4.5 or 5. I think it's 5.
I gave it 5 as well.
I think 5 because, like we
Yeah.
said, I was so impressed with a one location film that constantly had me on the edge of my seat. I say
And they
edge of my
built
seat.
that set. They built that set to work in.
Oh, okay, that's clever. Okay,
They copied it from apartments in the area. They went and they scouted loads of apartments, took the best bits of them, and made a, because he's meant to be quite not wealthy, but being
yeah.
given his parents' apartment,
Oh, of
which
course, because
which
they're
again
living in.
makes him feel bad because he
Yeah,
doesn't feel like he's earned it,
yeah,
or
and he
they
feels
don't
like a
have much
failure.
money, but they've got a posh
Yeah,
apartment.
and he feels like a failure. He says it's so awkward for me because you imagine that maybe his mum and dad are no longer with them. Maybe they passed on or something. He's living
Yeah.
in their house, living off their kind of like.
It's their bed. Remember, she makes the point. She goes,
Oh
because
yeah.
Edward Norton takes Olivia Wilde into that room to have sex, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Not that bed. That's his parents' bed."
Hmm. Let's do it in the
Weird.
kitchen instead. You're like, okay.
Yeah, his parents have definitely eaten there,
But
never
here's
mind.
the thing. Here's the thing. The fact that we're having a great time talking about it now, I can't wait to watch it though. I cannot wait to watch it again. Like,
I think that's one I definitely would watch again.
yes.
It's so entertaining, and even when you know where it's going, it's so enjoyable.
Yeah. But also so
It's
well
so
written,
pleasant.
man. How fucking good is the dialogue? Like, it's
And
just
even the camera movements and stuff like that. Like Olivia Wilde has done such a great job keeping the camera still on really important moments,
yeah.
but having it because
The
the
fluidity
cinematography.
to it
Yeah,
as well.
but it's also the way it's composed, and the sense that there's wide shots where they're leaning back and it's the two couples miles away with a table in the between, and that's at the beginning when they're uncomfortable, and later on they're close to each other, they're mixed, the camera's intimate as opposed to wide.
Yeah.
It's then tighter, so it brings the audience in to the emotion of that.
That's
So, yeah,
clever. And as
beautiful.
as they're getting more intimate as characters, the camera's getting more intimate with.
Definitely.
That's clever.
Well, should we have a look at only just a short little mention about Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we need a long chat about it, but because
I think the right film has had the longest one, to be fair, out of the two.
yeah. I mean, Evil Dead, we didn't even really need to discuss. We just thought we might not have enough to talk about on the invite, which we did. But maybe we could just have a few minutes about it. But
Yeah.
what was your thoughts on Evil Dead Burn generally?
I enjoyed it, man. I thought I was hooked. Like I think from a special effects point of view, or maybe even a practical effects, like I thought it was incredibly well done.
Yeah. And that big oneer as well, which was in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Pretty impressive as well.
But just, I mean, when shit happens, like it comes out of left field and it's scary. Like when they're fishing at the beginning, and they really created the atmosphere. Like I always felt like I wasn't safe, because even when they're in the nightclub, oh, that was it. I loved all the subtle hints to like the devil, hell. Like there's like candles lit in the nightclub. It's red. She's like, "Go fuck yourself. I'll see you in hell," like, or whatever. Or like, there's loads of really clever moments where they mention that, like about hell or.
Well, that's it, because Evil Dead Rise came out in 2023, and that one, I still think that one's better. I think the woman in this film is fantastic, but I think the woman in Evil Dead Rise, which we see in the post credits, she was the stronger character, being the mum, and it being really dangerous. The mum is trying to kill her kids, and she's gone psychopathic, and that's got the cheese grater scene, which everyone loved.
But I think it makes the stakes higher, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's the mum doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment like that, though. There's that fucked up moment where the mum gets taken over in the bathroom fully, and then she tries to kill her, because like that bit was really, and oh man, and there's like such dark comedy as well, like because you've got the grandma. Some of the stuff that happens with the grandma is hilarious. Like I swear, there's a bit where there's like her face is in like a garden tool, like chopper thing, and she's like that, and like the thing's stuck, and she's like, "Could you help me, dear?" Or she's like just trying to chop her face off.
Well, I think what was good about this is that it didn't follow the same tropes, and I think sometimes the horror films are getting so clever they're going against the obvious, which is in turn obvious.
Yeah, I can see that.
So she's reading. The whole point of the Evil Dead franchise is that people read from the Book of Dead,
And it
which is a
brings them
scary
back.
book, and it
Yeah.
brings what they call deadites or something.
Yeah.
And
Which is
it
almost...
brings these things, humans that are alive, turns them into demons basically.
Yeah.
And she opens the book and she starts reading the passage, and she gets to the pivotal point and she goes, "Fuck this shit," and closes it and doesn't read from it.
Yeah.
But things have already started happening, so it's already taken over, and
Well, I
she's
thought
like,
because the granddad had been reading it already in that house, and I think that's what was
it's already
planting
there.
Well,
But-
because and also, sorry, it was already there because the girl that comes out of the lake, she crosses the road to stop to get the guy, because it's like they wanted the son, didn't they?
I think the beginning of the film was really rubbish, and it really annoyed me because that fishing bit was a bit crap, because it's harking back to Evil Dead Rise, which did it really well when she rose from the lake. And there was no build up, there was no nothing. I didn't know who these characters were. I didn't give a shit if they died. Nothing was scary. I didn't think this film was scary. It was a good gore action film. Whereas Evil Dead Rise have scary moments.
Yeah.
But everyone's got a different constitution to scare.
No, you're right. No, you're right. This is almost like
gore.
This is interesting. You know, like you could use it as an analogy for Alien and Aliens, right? Because Alien was the more atmosphere building, scary jump scares.
Yeah.
Whereas Aliens was more just action and really clever special effects. And that's kind of what this was, really, wasn't it? Because it's just fast paced.
It was constant. And I think the lead actress, her name is Suella Jacob.
Or is this the French girl? She's amazing.
Yeah, wow, she is super cool as well. She's super cool. And she was in an interview saying, accepted to do the part. She said she didn't want to do the normal final girl stuff, but I don't know if she had any impact on that or if it's just what she had to be doing. But she said she didn't want to be the pathetic girl that was luckily scrapes through and wearing a crop top and covered in blood with a cleavage. She wanted to be strong, like scared, but get shit done as best she could, and fail and fuck up and struggle.
Well, kind of like Ripley, really, in a way.
Yeah, again, be more real.
Just badass. I mean, that scene at the end, though. Like, I mean, I know we're kind of jumping around, but that whole fucking building site scene and taking on him as the kind of like devil, kind of like lava version, and she's fucking so badass. What she goes through, man, the amount of injuries and the amount of fights she has with that family, like.
Well, that's what was interesting. That's what I liked about this film. It wasn't just horror for horror's sake. I liked as I said, I didn't like the intro because it had nothing to do with anything except introducing there's a deadite around the area. Then it goes into the story, and the story is that the French girlfriend of this bloke who's clearly controlling and demanding.
A bit domestic abuse stuff going on.
Yeah, it's unclear, but he's clearly not nice. And then later on, when he dies, she has to go to his funeral with all of his family, and her friend is his brother. Yeah. And something's not right, and she's not saying it until the point where she's getting wound up so much because his parents don't like her, that she has to spill out and say, "Look at this burn." She goes, "That was an accident." It's like, no, it wasn't. Yeah. And then you see a clip of it, and you realize that he's bad news, and then the family are bad news. Yeah.
And then I love how it slowly takes over the family, though, because when they're actually one really cool moment, you know, when they're at the kind of the wake or the morgue. They've just had the funeral, and the guy takes the body to go to like burn it to like for
cremation,
yeah. And that guy puts on the music like
Evil Dead burn, Evil Dead cremate,
Evil Dead cremate. Yeah, but he puts on that music, doesn't he? And he's like, he's gonna just like put his gloves on, and he's getting down to do his job. And then you hear the boom, 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 and it's clever because the first part you think, oh my god, is that him in the coffin knocking? But it's actually the dad. And then he takes his headset off, and then he's like, "Oh, can I have a moment with my son?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So they do a very clever plant and payoff building up to it. Then he's there saying, "Son, I'm sorry I couldn't say goodbye," or whatever. And then you hear a boom, 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 and you're like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's not the guy who wanted to come back in." And then he looks, and then the actual thing shakes. You're like, "That's his son coming out of the coffin." Like that was a cool moment.
He was terrifying. That dad, he was terrifying when he wasn't a deadite.
How many times do you want to shoot yourself, pal? That was mental.
Yeah, he shot himself in the brain like 3
It's
times, I think it
through
was.
the throat, through the cheek, through the brain. But then when they snog as well, like he's like all got holes in him, like, and they're doing that tongue thing in the window. You're like, what the fuck? She's like, you have never kissed me like that before. And it's like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, with half your face missing, dripping with blood. Yeah,
That was
I hope you
just
haven't.
like, and that was like, that's when I was like, if they get blood on them, which I'm guessing is how it kind of passes through as well. So
yeah,
like,
I think so.
yeah,
I don't think it's clear. I don't think the science is hardcore in Evil Dead. It is in zombie films and stuff. In this, it's like if you're in the area,
saliva,
you're related.
blood, tears.
Yeah,
car crash.
She got covered in blood. She never turned.
But she didn't get it in her mouth, I don't think.
Well, there was blood in her mouth. Maybe it was her own. But,
yeah, maybe.
But the worst bit about the film was the dog. I was like, they're not. Oh, they went there. They went there hardcore, and that was a bit too much for me. That was the bit where I was like,
Mate, that table scene though was so tense. You know where he slowly, his eyes are turning, and then he's dribbling from the food's coming out, and he's turning into a monster. And
I think because we saw a lot of that in the trailer, I kind of expected a lot of it.
Yeah,
the
true.
dog.
Yeah,
but the bit I didn't expect was, you know, in the trailer you see her walking in with the car headrest jammed into her neck.
Yeah,
I thought that was a bit silly in the trailer, but the actual scene where it happens was vicious. I thought that was actually good.
When they're fighting
in the car, because everyone pulls their punches in those sort of things. It's like it's a punchy thing and maybe a stab, but the dad just goes straight for murder.
Brutal.
No, she had no chance. There was no fight. She couldn't stop it. She was dying. It's just how quick she wanted to die is how much she was fighting. Yeah. And the biggest reaction was the stuff that we've seen in the trailer is the fingers in the car.
Oh yeah,
the noise in the audience in the cinema of people going, oh!
Yeah, everyone went, ooh. Yeah.
That was the biggest noise, even though we'd already seen it in the trailer. But
well, it lands hard, man. It lands hard.
Yeah. But no,
and the fights in the house, though, all the shit in the house, the bit with the dishwasher, again, like you're saying, some of the best bits they should have kept out of the trailer.
Yeah, we saw quite a few bits in there, but there were still lots to go at, and I still enjoyed it. There's always a pathetic man in the film these days as well. Pathetic man, that Joseph guy. But the grandma, she was funny. To be fair,
the grandma though, you know when she's on the bed and she just sits up, that bit was scary, and then they pull the thing down.
Yeah,
isn't she at the very end? There's half of her body as she's going along the road.
That's the end. Is that there's going to be more because she attacks the girl that tries to stop and help her.
Yeah.
And then, but the granny going up the stairs on the stand of
Sterling. That was genius.
And she's like, I told you she's a stealer. She's come back and she stole from me.
It was good, man. There was a lot of laugh out loud
people dying and heads getting ripped off, and she's like, there's that bitch. She stole something from my handbag.
Doesn't she kick her down the stairs and then they close the door or something on her?
Yeah, they lock her in the cellar. Oh no, it was the other person they lock in the cellar. It's the granny who lets them out, isn't it?
No, she says, I need your help. And she's like, oh, well, go on then.
Yeah, it was the girlfriend that comes out, wasn't it? Yeah. But no, good film. It's good fun, as I expected. Just a good fun ride.
I don't know if I'd return to it. You know, in my head, I was really hoping I'd love it. I'm like, it's kind of a one and done, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's still good.
Yeah,
it's
incredibly well done. I mean,
it's a strong 3, maybe a 3.5.
Special effects, definitely like 3.5, 100.
Yeah, but I still think Evil Dead Rise was like a 4.5 in the horror genre. It was spot on.
I feel I need to return.
And I think
Rise.
We hadn't seen a film like that for so long that it was fresh. And it was before all the Final Destinations came back and the Screams came back. So
that's true, though.
Horrors for a while.
What happens to her in the lift is scary because it's like the lift is attacking her rather than people. So it almost becomes more.
Because it's that Evil Dead trope of the roots of the trees and stuff.
Yeah, really demonic with the wires going around. Like, I think it breaks her neck because her arms are.
Because that's like hark back to the original with all the tree branches running around strangling people. Yeah, they tried to do it in this film as well with the camera going low and sweeping around and stuff. But
some of that stuff was really like, whoa.
The bit where she goes on the ceiling and the camera swings around, that was cool.
That was what I was going to say. Some of the choices were incredible, though. It felt almost quite like French, like kind of foreign directing in a weird way. Like they did some very clever things with symmetricality. One minute there's a bit where they run and you realize it's their heads going into a mirror, and then they throw it back and
they pull the camera back and they've gone smashed as opposed to coming at you.
So clever, because I thought they're coming at us, but they're going into a mirror and then flipped. Really clever stuff. And the fight in the bath. Oh, you got mute for some. Am I mute?
I'm good. I'm not good. I'm good.
You are good now. Could you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. No, I muted it deliberately because I had a little cough.
Okay, cool.
I've forgotten to unmute it again. I've got a little button here. But yeah, should we end, because we've got a guest coming on for another.
Yeah, it's a great place to end.
But yeah, great film. But if you're going to see, it's still, both are still in the cinema, I hope, when this goes out. So, but they'll be on streaming soonish anyway.
Yeah, I mean, well worth it. Definitely.
The Invite, that's going to be good at home as well. That's going to be good.
Yeah. 100. I can't wait to get back into the Invite.
Thanks. We're back, guys. We'll do a few more. We'll keep it less non-regular, but not regular. So just keep an eye out.
Not as regular, but more regular than non-regular.
Yeah, like you've got a bit of fiber in your diet, but you're not drinking coffee every morning to guarantee it. So keep an eye. Follow, click the bell, like and subscribe, and then you'll actually get notified when a release comes out.
That's smart.
Or follow us on Instagram, because we'll post when we've got something coming out as well.
Follow us on the gram, guys.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time.
Thank you all for your continued support, and please check out our back catalogue of fun episodes with many brilliant guests. Just to remind you, Rage Whale is on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and YouTube, where you can follow and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Also, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok for fun clips from the show. There are links there for Rage Whale merch, as well as our email address if you want to send us a question or your movie opinion. We always love hearing from you. Thanks again for spending your time with us. See you next time.